Well, good morning everybody. Welcome to part 2 of my video yesterday. I got a pop-up from AI, Ask Gemini, and I tried to swipe it away, and of course it finished the video for me. So apologies for that. So this is part 2. So this is where I left off yesterday. So join me again on another toddle. So how are you all today? I've just had my bloods taken, as I said yesterday, so this is me walking up to our lunch club that's happening at 12:30 today, so everybody is welcome. It's not just for old folkies. Everybody, if you're at a loose end, just come up and have some soup and sandwiches and fellowship, and it'll be great to see you. So yes, another day. It's not a bad day. It's been raining during the night, as you can see, but if you didn't already know, I love this time of year. I love autumn. I love all the colours of the trees. So looking forward to when it becomes in full autumn. Just love it. And I'm not looking forward to all the leaves that are on the pavements, because they become slippy and mushy and not very nice. But love looking at all the colours of the trees. I mean, they're all turning just now. Absolutely gorgeous. So it's not as cold as I thought it was. So I've got a t-shirt, a top on, I've got a cardigan on, and I've got my big jacket on. So I'm toasty. So I might need to take my jacket off at some point, because the sun is trying to come out a wee bit, and it's not as cloudy as what it was yesterday. So I hope you're doing okay today. I just uploaded my video from yesterday on this morning. And so I hope you all enjoyed that, and if you liked it, I didn't get to finish the video. If you like it, just like the video, like it, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And I don't get a lot of comments on my videos like on YouTube. I get some on when I put it on Facebook to the Alness past and present and my own page. But I would love to sort of like have comments actually on the actual video on YouTube. Just say hi, tell me where you're from, if you want to see me do different areas, if you want to see an area again. Yeah, just comment. I love to hear where you're from, and you know, if you enjoy my videos. Again, this is just for fun. This is not to make any money. This is I started the channel, if you don't already know, I started the channel for a bit of fun, to show off my local area to visitors, so they can easily see it, because I've watched a lot of walking videos over the years, and I thought, oh, I'll have a go at that. So it's nearly 4 years down the line, be 4 years in January. Can't believe it. But I've loved every second of it, and I loved connecting people with the Alness again, and you know, people who used to stay here, and seeing all the updates of Alness and the surrounding area. Morning. And so yeah, absolutely loved it. So another day I'll go down this the avenue of trees. You know, that's my favourite bit. That's you know, I was overjoyed when they opened the path again. I'm going to go this way because there's a car going to pull out. And so I look at all the trees, look at them. Look at all the reds, there's oranges, light greens. Oh man, absolutely gorgeous. Wonderful. So I'll do another video that day, on another day. But anyway, that'll be good. Right, I'm going to pause you for a minute, guys. Okay guys, right. So I had intended going over this bridge yesterday, but because I'm doing another video, we're going to go straight ahead. All the kids are falling over themselves to get conkers. All the kids on Sunday at the church or after service, look at that. Oh man, oh man, isn't that a beautiful sight? Oh, easily amused. I'm easily happy. I think I'll need to take this jacket off, I think, at some point. Oh, roast it. Roast it, roast it. Okay. So we're going to go this way. I mean, just look at that. Don't know if you can see it, but oh man, oh man. I love going on a train and just at this time of year and seeing all the countryside, and it's just all different colours. Just amazing. So yes, everybody was falling over, all the kids were falling over, trying to get all the conkers yesterday on Sunday after church service up at Firhill. So, but that used to be a big thing when I was in school, getting conkers, putting a rope or thread or something through it and then trying to bash them. Don't hear of that now, and now you've heard like tricks about boiling them and then leaving them to dry, and then they're hard and even harder sort of thing. Used to paint them as well, paint them all different colours. But I think that's a thing of the past now. It's just, I don't hear of anything, you know, apart from the kids on Sunday. Yes, I think I'll need to sit you down somewhere and take this jacket off. I'll put it underneath this tree because it's dry. Because it was raining last night, so I'm going to pause you for a minute, guys. Oh, that's better. Oh, absolutely sweltered. It is not cold today. Right, now let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh man. So what are you guys up to today? Hope you're going to have a good day. I've been sort of like quite busy over the past few weeks with different appointments and things happening, and then it'll soon be I think 2 weeks. It'll soon be the school holidays, the tatty holidays. It's a time that we used to go tatty picking, get all our pennies from the farmer for doing hard work over the 2 weeks. Gosh, that was hard going, especially if it was frosty. It was always frosty, like a hard frost, and you know, trying to pick the tatties out the hard ground. But those were good days. Those were good days. But nothing like that now, though. Most of the youngsters don't know what hard work is. They don't care. They want everything for nothing. Not all of them. I know there's a lot of decent young people out there. But, you know, there is quite a few that aren't willing to do anything. They're not even manners. They're not even, you know, there's no discipline anywhere. Not even at home or in schools. You know, they have no manners. They don't know how to talk to, like, adults. You know, they tell them to F off and, you know, don't come near me, whatever, or I'll scream if you come close. And oh, it's just nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. Because we knew, like my generation, we knew how far we could go before we got banished. And because we were sort of like quite a close-knit community, everybody knows everybody. So if I done something, you know, it'll quite easily, quickly get back to mum. So there's no hiding. I mean, she done all the sort of like discipline, you know, a thick ear didn't help, didn't harm us. You know, it was, we learnt not to do anything like that again because we didn't want to know the pain of getting slapped across the leg. She didn't do it very often, but, you know, and we knew what our boundaries were our teachers, you know, how far we could stretch them. And, you know, but that was just banter, it was just like devilment. There's, you know, nothing like that today, though. You know, you're not even allowed to. Where's a robin? Look, seen it? Seen a robin? Oh, hi, robin. Sorry. Aye, so the language barrier, not barrier, but, you know, the language has changed. How you say things, not offend anybody, call them the wrong name, or how to describe them. It's it's just a minefield. I mean, the teachers can't control them because they're not allowed to touch them, they're not allowed to, you know, shout at them or anything like that. Parents can't control them either because they're not scared of them, there's no discipline there. I know in some cases that there's nothing for the kids to do. I'm going to go this way. But we have the place, there is another youth club going on, so there is things, but then there's no respect of property or manners, you know, saying please, thank you, excuse me, sorry, you know, there's nothing like that going on. And I'm not talking about just secondary, and you know, there is a lot of little brats that are in primary school that know the fact that you can't touch them, you can't shout at them. Even the police have no authority anymore. You were scared of the police. You know, policeman comes to the door, man alive, you were really severely punished if you had a policeman coming to your door for something that you did. Now, it's just, they have no powers to do absolutely nothing or anything, you know. You get all these mans that are screaming up and doing the payments with his e-scooters, electric scooters, and the speed they go, man alive. If they hit somebody, especially on like an elderly person, you know, that's a broken hip, broken leg, even fracture skull if they crack their head on the pavement because they've been too fast. They don't care. They whiz past. Right, we're going to go this way. They whiz past doorways, you know, Alright, I'm going to pause you for a minute, guys. Right, that's me across the road. So this is the Arvin Centre. So yeah, it's everyone is on like walking in eggshells just in case they offend anybody. You know, I mean all this stuff about gender, you know, mixed gender, mixed race, and you know, boys and girls, you know, changing sex, and even animals. They want to be identified as like a cat or a dog, or oh man, it's just absolutely bonkers. Just bonkers. Life has just gone, I don't know. Right, we'll pause you for a minute, guys. Okay, so I'm waiting to cross Novar Road, and we're going down this way. So there we go. We're off. It's choosing what bathroom to use, or calling them, you can't call them he or she, it's them or that or there or oh. The world has gone nuts. Absolutely nuts. Even on the news, you know, I've seen it on the BBC News, even on the Scottish News. It's not women, they're still calling it as woman. You know, as a collective of ladies, you know, we would say women, but no, they're going for a woman, and I don't know what the difference is. I don't know what the reason behind it. It's just absolutely bonkers. But no, I've never heard any newscaster or the BBC or even the Scottish News say women as a collective. Like for example, I've heard them say like a collection of women saw this happening, so they would say a collection of women saw this happening. It's absolutely bonkers. I don't know what the difference is or the reason behind it. It's just absolutely crazy. And it's, you know, I'm lost for examples, because again, I'm not putting my views out here, you know. I'm not saying going to one side or the other side, you know what I mean. It's I don't want to offend anybody who's watching my videos. That's how bad it is. I've got to watch my own language on my video. It's taking the freedom of speech away. You know, my mum and dad's generation, I mean, they weren't PC, they weren't politically correct, so they had their own words for certain races and things, and you know, and nobody batted an eyelid. You know, not even the people they were talking about. But now it's, you know, can't call them black, but it's a person of colour, or you know, somebody of mixed heritage. That's what you got to say. We would say mixed race or half caste, you know what I mean. But that's the old language. The new language is, you know, you have to really be careful how to describe somebody to not offend them. And yeah, and all the silent singers coming over, all, you know, being put into hotels in the middle of communities, and then they're having issues with sexual assaults and, you know, burglaries and criminal damage. But again, it's just the day and age that we live in now. You know, we have to go with the times, but some of them are just absolutely crazy. You know. So this is Alness Industrial Estate, if you haven't already guessed. So we're just walking past it, and down here is Alness Removals. I've been down here before, and I'll show you where I went to YTS, where I'd done a 2-year course in YTS, youth training scheme back then. Nothing like that now. You know, so that was good times as well. I mean, that got us, you know, training for different things, like skills. Like we had metal work, we had cookery, building, office, like secretarial. We had printing, where I was based. So it's actually used by Helene Council now for something. But this building here, right in front of us, that was built by the building side. That was their, not apprenticeship, but that's with their course. So that building there, if you can see it from the sun, and then the other building there, the lower roof, that's where I was with my printing. So, and the other building, that was for the office, and there was other buildings for cookery and woodwork and metalwork. So I'll take you up here, across the road. So my course was always involved in photocopy, litho printing, making posters. We put together a church magazine every month, so we were printing it, collating it, binding it, you know. I was sent to college in Glasgow, building and printing college in Glasgow, for a 6-month course to do so this is a local garage, Alness Tuning and Services Centre. So I done Scott Vic modules, Alness removals and storage. So I was put up in a youth hostel. So I done a month on, a month off, month on, month off for 6 months. So that was interesting. That was an experience in itself. You know, my first time away from home or out of Alness. You know, for a long period. We went to, when I was in primary 7, we went to Edinburgh for 3 days for our primary 7 trip. Apart from that, so no, going to another city to stay, you know, And at that time I was only 17. And by the end of the course I was 18. And of course we went to a pub, whatever, and somebody spicked my drink, so that wasn't a great night. You know, I've never been so drunk, and I've never been so drunk again. And literally, there's the field, and blooming gardeners are down there. So literally that's put me off. It did put me off alcohol. So and I started drinking White Lightning cider. Man alive. What a thing to start drinking White Lightning. So then I progressed on to white wine. But white wine always made me sick. Always made me sick. And then it was lager, but I was only taking like a couple of bottles at New Year. It's the only time I would drink is at New Year. I wasn't one for going out to parties or going to the pub, drinking, you know, at the weekend. That wasn't my style, wasn't my thing. So, and then I haven't drunk for at least, well, since coming up here, that's 16 years. Oh well, the odd bottle of beer, but of lager, but that's about it. So well over 12 years I would say that I haven't drunk in. Not my style. Don't like the feeling of it. And I always got a sore head by the end of the night. You know, many people got sore heads in the morning, but no, I was always a sore head in the during the night, or the whatever it was. It always went to my head, alcohol, so I got drunk very quickly, and I didn't like the feeling. I just hated it. Just not. So I'm not being boring or anything, you know, it's just my personal taste. So I'd rather have, like, I was started on Diet Coke and things like that, but I can't really have a lot of fizzy juice because of my ABS. And even though if I do have it, it needs to be in ice, so it dilutes it a wee bit. But my absolute favourite at the moment is Sprite. Low calorie, of course. I love the taste of lemon and lime, like lemonade sort of thing. Oh gosh, right. But I don't go out very much, but I have it in the house, but I've got to be in the mood for it, you know, so I just will drink water all the time, because I know that my tummy is safe with water. I drink gallons and gallons of water. Well, not gallons, but litres a day. I love my water, especially if it's straight out the fridge. I love really ice cold water. So yeah. Oh, of course that's where we come from. So nearly the end of the road. And this is the route that I had to, the video that I done, that I had to abandon. So this is the route I took. So we're going to go the same way as I did. What time are we at? So that's only 10:30, so that's fine. Got plenty of time. We're actually quite early. I don't need to be Don't need to be at the church for another hour, but this isn't going to be another hour video. Gosh, that sun's warm. The sun is really warm. There's ILM. They've got a electrical retail shop where they do refurbished goods, like white goods. So grab a bargain. Mum and Dad had quite a few things out there. I think they got a fridge, and they got an oven, I think, a cooker. I'm sure they got at one point they got a dishwasher at one point, but that was going back years ago. Oh man, my arm is sore with getting the blood done. So that's it there, so take a note of the number. Lots of bargains to be had. Oh, so we're coming up to the roundabout at Westford, and you can see all the colours of the leaves, you know, just stunning. Just, oh, I'm in my happy place. And I don't know whether any of you will know that I like to play some games, and my favourite is a Nintendo Switch at the moment, and it's called, one of my favourite games at the moment is Animal Crossing, which you're on this island and you make up your own island, and you can decorate it with trees and foliage and plants and flowers and things like that, and get all your villagers, and oh, it's a lovely game to play if you're just wanting to rest, you know, just have a nice wee game. And so that's what I've been doing at the moment. I've been playing it for a couple of years, so my island is quite established, but you can change things, and you know, so that's my happy place at the moment. Right, we're going to cross this road here because there's an island in the middle. Okay. Oh, so there's it there, and then this becomes a Christmas tree in the winter, or at Christmas, should I say. This is one of our signs, our Alness signs. So Alness in Bloom winner, beautiful Scotland in blue, Britain in Bloom winner. You know, we have to look a lot to what's the words I'm trying to find? Lots of good accomplishments. We should be proud of our accomplishments. You know, it's put Alness in Bloom. Really puts us on the map, you know. We've got visitors coming back again. Right, so this is Novara Road, so I'm heading north in a minute. Oh, I'm getting messages right, left and centre now, so I can't answer them until I finish the video. So yeah, it got a lot of visitors, but again, most of the volunteers that helped with that are gone, unfortunately. There's only a couple left that permanently do things, that tidy up around the high street, as I was talking yesterday about them. Gosh, that sun is hot. I am absolutely roasted. Roast it, roast it. So when I get into this church, I think I'll need to take the cardigan off and sit with a fan as I carry a wee fan with me every day, everywhere. Oh, what a beautiful day it's been. And I've been hearing in the weather this morning that we're going to get some lots of rain and high winds, possibly on Friday. So that'd be not good news, you know. But again, this time of year, what can you expect? You know. Right. So this is the junction at Kirkside. So that's Kirkside there. So we're going to go, I think we'll go this way. Right, across the road. Oh man, alive. I could walk across the grass, but I'm not going to. So I've got to try and keep my feet clean for the church. So we'll just stay on the path. That's Kirkside there with fires in the background. It is kind of cloudy, but that sun when it comes out, man, it's warm. Right, I'm going to pause you for a second, guys. Okay, so we're just down this path and then we're going up this lane, which I've done before. I know it's a lot of repetitive walking just now. Once I get my head sorted, my head in the game. So obviously I've had a lot going on recently. But once I get that, my head, you know, keep going, so I can think of new places to go. But I hope you enjoyed this part too. If you have, just like it and just comment on it. You know, thank you to my 115 subscribers that I looked today. I didn't expect that. Really didn't expect that. I would have been lucky if I got 100 subscribers, but you know, 115. So thank you all. You come from a long, like all different places. Is that raining? Really? Or is that just water coming off the top of the branches maybe? You all come from different parts of the world. Some locally, some not so local, like Texans. I've got Americans, and I've even got Australia, and I think I've got a couple from China. I think I've got a couple. So didn't expect to reach that far even. So I'm very, very grateful, as you well know, because I've had a, you know, probably past videos I've said I was really, had a hard, not upbringing, but had a hard childhood with bullying going on during my academy years and even in my working career, my adult working life. I was bullied as well. So I appreciate everybody who is my friend or who is nice to me, you know, who speaks to me. I appreciate every one of you, because I didn't have any friends that I could really call upon. I didn't have that one friend that was through thick and thin, or, you know, who protected me or anything like that. No, didn't have anybody. And people who I thought, my working life, who I thought they were my friends, since I changed careers in Debenhams. I was a Debenhams employee, which I loved. I absolutely loved working there. And as soon as I became a contractor and a cleaner for Debenhams, they changed overnight. They turned on me, and that's where the bullying started. You know, and even, I think I've told you this before, even when I moved down to Ayrshire at the beginning, my first job down there was in a cash and carry called in the Kilmarnock, called Trade Market, and we had a South African manager who didn't care about anybody, any of our staff or anything. Sorry, I'm going under a tunnel. He just hid in his office, or, you know, phone down, or get me a cup of coffee, or get me some fags, or, you know, get me some sweeties. He didn't interact with anybody. And then we had another, he left, then we had a lady called Helen, and oh my gosh, was she a twisted lady. She was a twisted lady. And at that time, I had a fiance. He worked for the opposition. He worked in Booker Cash and Carry in Irvine. So, because this lady, this manager, was so twisted that he was not allowed, even in the car park, to wait for me to finish. I bought something, a bottle of, I can't remember what it was, I think it was a bottle of whiskey, I think, for his grandfather. And I was accused of buying something from Trade Market and selling it back to Booker. I got accused of stealing by one person who was also known as, she had a disciplinary for forging credit notes for her father, who had a mobile shop business. What else? I got every dirty job imaginable. But so that's a view. That's where we've just come from. That's primary school. Skip over that. This is the new Morrison's Daily. It's changed hands that many times. This little shop, I think it's gone from Spar to Co-op to Summerfield to now it's Morrison's Daily. So this is the church. So I'm gonna leave it too early, but hey ho, doesn't matter. I can always wait inside. So yes, but I believe wholeheartedly on karma. So if you're a nasty person, you know, to anybody, whatever, it'll come biting you bam. Karma will come and find you. And it happened to her. I've seen it happen, and it happened to her. So she actually herself, well, her husband was a manager in another trade market place building, and he got done for embezzling millions from the company. I'm just going to sit up here. Well, stand up here. It's a wee bit wet. So he got done for embezzlement, and she denied all knowledge of this. I'm going to put you up here. She denied all knowledge of it. Look at the view. But she also got done for it as well, for enablement. So yes, she got her comeuppance for being such a twisted, horrible woman to me and to other members of staff as well. So yes, back then I wasn't used to standing up for myself. I wasn't used to confrontation. I hate confrontation. I hate falling out with people, especially if I've got to work with them. Hated it. So I was always sort of like, you know, grin and bear it, take the brunt of it, whatever. And but now I've taught myself not to do that, and to stand my ground, and to defend myself, and not let anybody walk over me. Because I've seen it done to other people. I've seen it done to, like, even volunteers that I've been involved with, and they've treated other volunteers like absolutely garbage, and treated them like if they were a doormat. I'm going to switch around, guys. So yeah, I've seen it happen, and you know, I've vowed I would never let anybody treat me like that again. Never. And I would never, ever, ever treat anybody like that. Never. Because I know how it feels. And that's not the way I was brought up. You know, I was brought up to help everybody. And if you see somebody more, like, less fortunate yourself, you know, try and help them out. Because you never know when you might need help yourself. You might need that help back. So help all you can. You know, treat people with respect. And kindness. Because you never know what people are going through. You know, they could be going through something horrible, and you're being, like, degrading to them or being nasty, which makes their life even more difficult. So even like alcoholics or druggies or whatever, you haven't got a foggiest idea what's going through their heads or whatever, how they got to that situation in the first place. You know, I mean, they're human beings as well. They're still human beings. You know, just treat everybody with respect that it deserves. You know, you treat people, I was always taught, you treat people the way you want to be treated in life. So if you want somebody to treat you with respect, with kindness or whatever, treat other people the same. You know, this is why I do a lot of volunteering. Only, not just to get out the house and get something to do, well, like the girls at school, because I'm obviously her main carer, and I've tried going out to work, but it didn't work out with her. You know, it was difficult. But my hats go off to other people who go out to work and who have kids, but you know, with her having difficulties, it was quite challenging. So I help out other people. It's the same way that Mum did. Mum would help absolutely everybody and anybody. You know, she wouldn't see anybody short of, you know, if they're short of money, like paying for a shopping. I mean, she would offer to help. You know, she gave her time to like elderly people, people that are much older than herself, or, you know, that was the way she was brought up. She was brought up with a good work ethic. Same with Dad. You know, you've got to work hard in this life to get anywhere. Nobody's going to hand it to you. You've got to work hard for what you want, you know. But sorry, it's one of my church ladies, well, a couple. They're getting ready for the food bank, so I better get going and help them out. So so hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you for listening to me again, ramble on. I know I can be very boring, you know, just blading away, but thank you anyway, because this is what the channel's all about. It's just a walk and a blather, as if you were walking beside me. I would just blather away absolutely rubbish. But thank you for listening to me, and thank you for all the subscribers and likes and, you know, shares, comments I get in the high street or whatever. So thank you everybody, and until the next time, be good, stay safe, ta-ta.